quest, so we'll play Priest. Blade Master's solid. I like Sunwalker, it's okay. Blade Master's badass as a priest because you can heal it up. Basically, it's a 4/7 for 3 in theory. You can play this on turn 5 and make it a 4/5 for 3 cost, which is awesome. Auctioneer's fucking badass though. Priests actually have a lot of spells. So as much as I love the Blade Master, I think I'm going to pick up the Auctioneer. Auctioneer is just too strong. Auctioneer is ridiculous. Playing Auctioneer and then playing like fucking Powered Shield or something, draws you a card, buffs up to a 4/6, and then draws you another card. I love the Blade Master. It's very strong, but I think I want to go Auctioneer just for the long haul. Soul Priest versus Drake versus Holy Fire. God damn, they're giving us amazing cards. I like all of these. Holy Fire can essentially change the game. Soul Priest is good. I wouldn't say Soul Priest changes the game. Soul Priest can get a lot of good value. I like Holy Fire a lot. It's a removal card and it's a heal. So if you've got anything that gets buffed based on heals, it's kind of a tough call. Drake can be really good as well. If they don't have a silence, you can heal the Drake over and over again. They're all quite strong. Let me look at something real quick. Let's see. Kind of at a loss on this one, actually. I like Holy Fire. I like Priest a lot. I like the Soul Priest. Soul Priest can really let you use your heal offensively, so I'm probably going to take that. This can, especially against rushy decks, you can really play this and then kill off a lot of smaller creatures. You want Holy Fire? I think I'd rather play Soul Priest, personally. So, Holy Fire is good. I like Holy Fire. This basically lets your heal be offensive, which is quite strong. Razor Fin Hunter's okay. Spineful Smith's okay. I'd rather have the draw power early game card. We haven't had much draw power in any of our decks, so I've been really hurting for some. Powered Shield's amazing. Powered Shield is one of the best priest cards. Probably actually third, with Holy Nova and Mind Control being in first. But this card lets you win early game. Mind Control lets you win late game. Shadow Word Death is strong. Southsea Deckhand's weak. Holy Nova's amazing. I didn't get a Holy Nova in my last deck, so Holy Nova's great. Oh, that's a tough call. Boulder Fist Ogre versus Holy Nova. Fuck. I like all these cards. Generally, priests lose to rush decks. Ogre's amazing, especially in a priest deck. However, Holy Nova is ridiculous. Really a tough call, but I don't think you can pass up a Holy Nova in general. It's really too good. So, go another Holy Nova. Inner Fire's pretty weak. Grimskull Oracle's terrible. Acolyte's okay. Acolyte's nice in a priest deck because you can heal it back up if it doesn't die on the one shot. But draw power's nice. You can make this a fucking 1/5 if you need to. Does a lot. Inner Fire's fairly weak in general. Most of the time, this card makes you go 2 for 1. However, it can be okay. But we'll go Acolyte. So Mind Control versus Divine Spirit. I really love Divine Spirit. However, you can't pass up Mind Control. Especially, you might not get another one. You might, but you might not. So Divine Spirit's good. It's probably one of my more favorite priest spells. But Mind Control is solid. Holy Smite removal versus a shitty taunt versus an okay 5-drop. The thing with this though is it's a 4/2 that really doesn't benefit us as a priest because we can't heal it up. It's going to hit into anything and it dies. So we'll take the removal, and it's nice for Auctioneer. It draws us another card. So we got a lot of draw power this game. Pyromancer's okay. Given the number of spells we have though, I probably want to go Violet Teacher. We could actually sack this into something and then play Holy Nova, heal it back up, and draw another 1/1. I like Pyro, but I think we want to go Violet Teacher with all the spells we got. Corehound versus Harpy versus Mind Vision. Really not a fan of any of these. Corehounds doesn't have enough health for being a 7-drop. Mind Vision's probably going to be our pick. Not a huge fan of the Harpy. We can't really buff its damage at all. If you can give it, again, Kings as a Paladin can be okay. But most of the time it's a pretty weak pick. I'd only pick this if we're already at the end and we don't have any high cards. Mind Vision's actually pretty decent if you have, they only have one card left. Like say you're playing a mage and he's just keeping one card in his hand, then you know if it's a Flame Strike or not, so you can sit on that for a while. We've got some epics. South Sea Captain's poor. Honestly, I really don't like Shadow Form that much. Shadow Form, we basically have a temporary Shadow Form, which is amazing. So if we want to heal, if we want to turn around and start healing some more, we can just let this die off. However, if we Shadow Form, you can never get rid of it. So it generally kind of screws you. So Shadow Priest is really strong because essentially it takes a creature. I could take a Loot Hoarder, I could take a any number of cards, and it can be pretty strong. And it's a 4/5 for 6, which isn't terrible, but the battle cry is quite strong. You can take over an Acolyte, you can take over quite a few cards. So there's our late game. Corsair is not very strong. It's great if you've got weapons. I see y'all talking, but I don't see people asking me questions, so I'm kind of ignoring chat for the most part, unless y'all have any questions. So please let me know if y'all have questions. But it looks like y'all are just conversing, which is totally fine, but I just want to tell you I'm not ignoring you. Ventrico is amazing. I love Ventrico. If you have Ventrico, it's badass, especially as a priest, because you can just heal it up. No, it's totally fine. I just want to make sure y'all, if y'all have questions, I want to be answering them. Ventrico is badass. Deckhand's weak. Corsair is okay in Paladin or Warrior decks, but most of the time it's pretty weak too. So Ventrico is badass. So, Temple Enforcers versus Cleric. I like the Cleric a lot. We actually have, so what do we got for draws? Draw power here, draw power here, draw power here, draw power here. We have a lot of draw power already. I think Temple Enforcer is amazing. Don't really want to pass up on Northshire Cleric, but given our amount of draws right now, we don't really have much early game to support a Cleric that it's going to die off. It's actually really badass to play Cleric on turn 6 with a Holy Nova and draw like a shit ton of cards, but I think Temple Enforcer is really strong. We don't have a lot to protect this card too. It is heavy so far. Yeah, it is heavy already. I think Enforcer's amazing though. I'm going to do it. We've got 15 cards, 16 cards to go early. So, Alpha versus Grizzly. This becomes a 2/2 with the Alpha. I don't really like Grizzly that much. I generally like the Alpha. Alpha basically lets this be a 2/3. I like cards that buff other cards versus this is kind of a passive card. This is kind of an aggressive card. The Silence kind of weak as well. It doesn't really do much for you. It doesn't give you a creature or anything. Can be nice again if you have like questing or something maybe to buff it up for free and play something else. But Alpha's fairly strong. Alpha gives us some early game. So Powered Shield on Croc can be decent. Powered Shield even on Alpha or some of these others can be decent. I like Thought Steal, but Powered Shield is again amazing. If you can get Powered Shields on your early game cards, you really don't need other early game cards. So I like Thought Steal, but Powered Shield is always good. Thought Steal can be good. So we'll go from there. I like Ventrico. I should have picked up something different than the Ventrico before, I think. We're probably going to have to go Worgen. Raid Leader's just okay. Ventrico is strong, but we already have too many late game cards, and Raid Leader's fairly weak overall. I said I like buff cards, but a 2/2 for 2 is different than a 2/2 for 3. This dies to fucking any 2/3, and the 2/3 still lives. This is really a late game card, so we'll take Infiltrate. I really don't want to, but at least it gives us something to play early versus another late game card, so we kind of have to. So Crusader versus Powered Shield. I'm probably going to end up with too many Powered Shields here, honestly, but I like Crusader. Crusader's a decent 3. Do I want to drop it for Powered Shield is the question. We've got 12 drops left. I love Powered Shield. We'll probably do it. Again, I'm confident that we're going to end up with some more drops here, so we'll see what happens. So Loot Hoarder, early game. Okay, Inner Fire is weak. Sunfear Protector, actually I really like this a lot. I really don't like Lightwell. It's okay. It's not that strong. Violet Teacher's good. We need 2s though. Sunfear Protector is badass because if you start with Sunfear Protector, they drop a 3/2. Well, they think it's going to trade. Well, then you throw a Powered Shield on it, you live, they die. So, badass. 2/3s I kind of even value a little more in Priest decks than in otherwise. Holy Nova versus Boar. Boar is shitty. Holy Nova is badass. We have fucking 2 Holy Novas already. I've never had more than 1 Holy Nova in a Priest deck. I love Stormwind, but we've got Mind Control. We've already got some late game cards. Stormwind makes your early game cards, even if you get these late, Stormwind's strong. I really don't know if you can pass up a Holy Nova. Essentially, if you got Holy Nova, you don't really need early game. You've always go more Holy Nova. So I love Stormwind Champion though. It's really strong. We've actually got a shit ton of draw power already. We got a lot of spells, so Auctioneer is going to get strong. We got draw power. We got draw power. So I like the Cult. I love Cult Master in general, but we really don't need it. Shatterstone Cleric is amazing. I love this card more than anything. Loot Hoarder's okay. Again, we've got a lot of draw power. 3 drops we're short on, and Shatterstone Cleric's badass. Fucking amazing card. Again, just like Powered Shield on a 2/3 makes it a 2/5. You know, that trades with a 3/2 and lives. This buffs the same thing. If you were to play, we don't have any 2/3s, but oh, we got 2/3s. Play this, turn 2, it's a 2/3. Play this, now it becomes a 3/4. It also trades with a 3/2. So Cleric's badass. More late game versus early game. Thrallmar actually can be decent with a Powered Shield. Silvermoon Guardian's okay. I kind of want to pick up another Mind Control. We're really going to be scary early game if we get rushed, but again, we got 3 Holy Novas. So basically, if we make it to turn 5, we'll win. So Mind Control's our pick. Geomancer plus Holy Nova. We don't want more late game. We don't really have anything to really buff the Dragonhawk. I think this is a fairly weak card in general, but it can be strong if we were to Holy Nova. Again, we've got 3 damage there, possibly 3 damage with both of those. Nothing else would be buffed, but also these rest of the cards are pretty poor. Lord of the Arena is okay. We really don't know if we want any more late game. We need creatures. At least they'll be distracted by killing creatures instead of hitting us in the face. So that's kind of my argument here. We don't have much taunt. We don't need much taunt. We're gonna have a lot of Holy Nova. We'll go Geomancer. All the cards. So brutal. Secret Keeper's trash. Blitzel Corsair is okay. Can be nice if they, playing a warrior versus Gorehell or something. Angry Chicken, we can go Powered Shield on Angry Chicken. It's still probably gonna die though. Oh Jesus. I still don't like it. I'd rather play the Corsair as for the utility. Because honestly, even if you play Angry Chicken with Powered Shield, it's still wasted. I mean, it dies. It's got 4 damage. 6-1, take your chicken. All right. I mean, we'll do it. I mean, these are poor choices. Even this is a bad choice. We got a shit ton of 1-drops. We got way too many 1-drops, but it is fun. I like fun. Inner Fire. We do have a lot of Powered Shields. The problem is we're going to be really fucked by silence. If somebody picked a lot of silences, we're going to get really screwed. Inner Fire. This could be a 5/5. Don't really want the Squire. I think I have to pick up Cold Master here. I don't really want Inner Fire. Inner Fire is not very strong. I don't really have any benefit with Inner Fire either. You can use it defensively sometimes. I mean, if they play like a fucking Magma Rager or some bullshit, you can make it a 1/1. It's still kind of garbage. Squire with Wolf can be a 2/1 with Divine Shield. I really think that's still pretty weak. Squire's nice if you can buff it with like Might or something. Can be nice if you can buff it with more than just health, if you can get its damage up too. I think we got to pick up Cult Master. Cult Master is really always valuable too. So we're gonna fucking run through our deck in like 2 seconds. So I love all these cards. Northshire Cleric versus Dwarf versus Ooze. I love the Dwarf. I like the Cleric. We've got a fuck ton of draw power. I gotta go Ooze. Ooze is a 3-2. We need more 3-2s. Ooze plus Powered Shield is also strong. I love the Dwarf though, but Cleric. God damn it! How much fucking draw power do we want? This is ridiculous. This deck is going to be either like 9-0 or like 0-3. I think we got to get the. Ooze. I really need some draw power. I really love the Dwarf. I really want the Dwarf. I don't think I can pick the Dwarf because I have to pick the Ooze, which is unfortunate, but we do what we do. Magma Rager, you could make that a 5-3. Goddamn, all the draw power. I don't get how some decks have all the draw power and some have none. As far as strong cards, we really don't have that many strong cards. You actually make this a 5-6 with Powered Shield. I think if we're getting beat down, we're going to need a taunt more than we need like a Loot Hoarder. We do need some early game though. We've got some early game, but Kobold's not really early game. Wolf's not really early game. Worgen is. Worgen and Wolf is strong. That can be 3 damage. We got 3 draws left. We're actually really relying on the Venture Co. and Mind Control to win the game for us with Holy Novas. I'd much rather have a Fin Creeper here or something other than Booty Bait. This dies to too much stuff. I think we're going to draw through our deck. I think we're going to go draw power all the way. Fuck. I don't like any of these. Rifleman's weak. Inner Fire's weak. Inner Fire. We draw cards with the Auctioneer. We could actually really buff something like huge. Powered Shield, Inner Fire. It's a waste though. It's such a waste. Because you're really buffing a lot of cards for one. For Inner Fire. Rifleman's junk. Rifleman does give us some removal if we need a little more damage. Rifleman also is a card that we can sack in for Cult Master and get more cards out of it. Yeah, we want creatures. I don't want Inner Fire. Another Soul Priest versus Swordsmith. Not a huge fan of Swordsmith, so Soul Priest it is. So, again, we've got pretty Wisp OP. So, we'll see what happens.